Hi, I'm Sarah Grandstaff, President of Igniting Souls, and I want to welcome everyone to the Author Academy Elite Global Livestream Book Launch. I'm so excited about all of the books that we are launching into the world today. We are in the business of setting free world-changing ideas, and we definitely have a great mix of books today. I have Carrie Oberbrenner, a founder and CEO of Igniting Souls with me, as well as Tony Colson, our amazing Author Academy Elite coach. Welcome to the live stream.
Awesome. Excited about today. This is amazing.
Man. I know we've been talking about this for a long time. And Sarah, I can't remember that we've launched around 30 at once. So this is a pretty big deal. I know Tony's been really working with these authors, and we told them basically last July, we said, hey, in March, we're going to, launch the final group of Author Academy Elite authors. We'll explain more about that in a moment. And we said, you all need a deadline, because that's what publishers do. They give deadlines. And what it does is it forces people to act. Those who say, you know what, I got to act. And there's lots of psychology that's been done around deadlines. It's actually considered a flow trigger, that you can get into flow when you have a deadline. So deadlines move people to action, and we are so appreciative of all these authors. So Tony, you've been doing coaching calls once a week. I mean, Author Academy Elite, we'll get into it in a moment, Sarah, the whole 10-year life of this thing. But Tony, how have those weekly coaching calls been going?
It's been amazing, really, since you put the deadline in place. My number of participants increased, and I'm just so proud of them because they did the work. They made the sacrifices.
Yes.
We had people from around the world that would jump on those calls. So I know that some of them, it was very early in the morning. Some of them, it was in the middle of their workday. I know one lady has been getting up at 4:00 every single morning
to
be able to get the task done. And so I'm so proud of these authors. They have paid the price, and they're getting ready now to step into that world that all of us have been able to experience. But man, they're amazing authors.
Well, I'll tell you why that's impressive to me, because if these authors think that their book is all about themselves, they'll quit. Because I've seen this happen, where if you think your book is just about you and just about your story, you'll tend to quit on yourself. But what our authors do, and what we train them to do, is think about their future readers. And we even have an exercise in Author Academy Elite. We call it Fictitious Follower Imaginary Impact, where they write a letter and it says, Dear Tony, we've never met, but I read your book and it changed my life. Let me tell you how. And then they write an imaginary letter. And a lot of people print out this letter because it actually works. And when you feel like not getting up at 4 a.m., you look at that letter from that person and you're like, man, it's not for me today, it's for that person. And then what it does is it really motivates you. Like Simon Sinek says, it essentially fortifies your why. So Sarah, I don't know if, you've been seeing the books come in. I know Tanisha's been doing a great job, and our whole team, interior design, cover design. But how do you feel about launching over 30 books today?
I think it's amazing. And I think it's been you use the word inspiring, but I hope I am inspired, and I hope that this live stream inspires other people to finish their books and get them out into the world. Because even, Tony, you can speak to this more than I can, but I think even some of these authors whose books we're launching today, their project started off smaller than it ended up, right? Because they really felt the weight of needing to get these ideas out. And I am just really proud of everyone that we're celebrating today.
Oh, yeah. And how cool is it, Tony? What year did we meet roughly? Was it 2015? I don't know.
Well, I was the 32nd author in Author Academy.
Congratulations.
Wow. Okay. Well, listen, let's go back and talk about this a little bit, because think about this. Your daughter has now done multiple books. Tell us the books. I know one's about mermaid, one's about teens, young people.
Right. So she has, the first one she wrote at 16 was the Twin Tales, and the story of two mermaids that get separated and have to reclaim their kingdom win back their mermaid world.
Mm,
And then there's the Team Flincher Nation, which
that's
you
right.
really made an impact on her on
Mm,
repositioning her platform, right?
yeah.
And what's amazing is now she's in college, and Carrie, she's actually started an entire club for her campus that goes in
Wow.
and serves the Boys and Girls Club. And
Oh
so,
my gosh.
so she has. I mean, I think there's like 60 people now that are a part of this club that are
Wow.
volunteering and serving kids in that local community. And so she's
That is
just at the
unbelievable.
beginning of where
Oh yeah.
she's headed. So
And listen, I mean, I hear stories every day. Like I think I just posted, I was down at the Ohio State University today, and there's Tom Ryan, the wrestling coach, and I talked to Tom, and I'm like, "Hey man, how's your book going?" He's like, "Man, I'm selling books all the time. We're over 50,000." And I'm like, I was thinking, wow, he doesn't even realize like 50,000 books is like the top. I mean, you're going against everybody, you know, in that margin there. So we see that. We see our young blind author who struggles with visual impairment and is like completely blind. We featured him a few months ago. Like I see stories over and over again. In fact, I want to show a little bit about the timeline so that people can see this. And let's start from the beginning. I'm on a different page now. Can you see me?
I see it. It's good.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm just going to hit some of these points really high, but basically I came to Columbus, Ohio in 2001, met a guy named Chet Scott. Chet really encouraged me like, "Hey man, what do you want to do with your life?" And I said, "I want to write books." And so he got me connected to Relevant, then published my first book. And then we kind of went down this journey where, you know, I remember not being able to find a publisher with this book. This was my dissertation and I couldn't find anybody. And finally, a guy named Terry White gave me a chance, published this book. It kind of breathed life into me again. And then, you know, things started turning with a couple books from Zondervan, a couple books from Baker, met John Maxwell, of course, that really opened some doors. We launched, you know, Day Job to Dream Job at Shawshank. Then we moved into fiction, Elixir Project, met Dan Sullivan, strategic coach, you know, started to go to the UK, firing. I mean, things really started taking off, but this is probably one of the most exciting things here. Were you there, Sarah, at one of them? I think you must have been at one of them where we had the world's largest ever book signing
That's
at Barnes and
amazing.
I
Noble.
was there.
Yeah, I mean,
I was there. It was
we
awesome.
took over the superstore. I mean, it was 75 authors that Barnes and Noble had never seen that before. And, you know, we had people literally flying in from Australia, England, the whole bit. Then we partnered with B1G1, began to give back, and you know, Unhackable hit, Wall Street Journal, USA Today bestselling. Then what we did is we basically created another imprint because we saw authors coming to us saying, "Look, you help us do it. You know, you do it all." And so that's kind of where we started to see this shift happen with the pandemic. And we're not even going to get into that whole thing, but there is another episode, Sarah, I'll show it in a moment, that you and I did recently where we talked about how entrepreneurs need to rethink their business models. And anyway, long story short, you know, here we go. And now we've done over 1,000 authors, and we've had, you know, these are back some of the smaller ones, but we've had so many events. Over 250,000 people have jumped on our webinars, our training. And I mean, you just go on and on. Sarah, I'm so glad we brought you on as the integrator. You've helped us a ton. And it just goes on and on. So how does that timeline make you both feel?
Well, I think it's just still so exciting, right? It's exciting that we're celebrating what's going on now, but
Mm.
it's also exciting to look to the future and to continue to grow in the publishing world and stay. I don't even want to say stay on top of the trends. I want to say stay ahead of the trends.
There you go.
I really feel like that's where we're at with, you know, really staying in the transformational publishing space. So it's an amazing journey. And Tony, thank you for being along for the ride too. So how does it make you feel?
Well, I'm sad first because this is a transition for my life as well, because I have served as a coach since at least 2018, I think. 2000,
Wow. Oh my
I think it's
God.
2018 is when I started. And so last week, when that was my last coaching call, that was a little bit of a surreal moment. And some people can misunderstand what's happening. I've heard some people say, well, since Igniting Souls is closing down, I'm like, no, it's not closing down. It's actually expanding and it's growing. And that's what I respect about you as a leader, Carrie, is that you're willing to let go of something in order to better serve the future. And I think a lot of times people get stuck where they are because they're unwilling to empty their hands so that they can grab a hold of something bigger. And so with this transition, as we're seeing with Author Academy Elite, it's really creating a better opportunity to serve authors, the future author.
Yeah.
As Sarah said.
Well, and I think that I really would encourage people to listen to that episode that is out there that we just did, because let me just show a couple quick things about this. So Sarah, this is the YouTube one, and it's called the eMind Podcast Author Academy Elite, the 10-year anniversary. So that was huge. And we also put it on Facebook. It got a lot of views on Facebook. But yeah, Tony, just to talk about that super quick, man, I remember not being happy with God when I felt like he was starting to change the tribe. And, I mean, I was fighting against the pandemic. I was fighting against Facebook, the polarization. I mean, I don't know if you remember that, but our Facebook ads got blocked. Our page got hacked. People just, started bailing from Facebook in general as a platform because of the polarization with the election of 2020. And then you had the pandemic. And so, yeah, we've gone through a lot of iterations, but what we did see though was a trend, and that was that our Author Academy Elite clients began to say, I don't want to master this whole thing of uploading my own, cover and fighting with Amazon. And Sarah, like we are on Amazon every day because they change this and they change that. And for a lay person, that's a weird word, but you get what I'm saying. For your average Joe or Jane who's thinking, I don't want to master publishing. Why am I having to learn all these different tweaks and changes and get on this call and that call? We started to see, Tony, people just say, you guys do it. And they began to come to us and say, we want you to be our publisher and take care of everything. Well, when we take care of everything, naturally, the business model changes and the coaching calls don't need to be every day. I mean, we were doing calls every single day, Monday through Friday, sometimes multiple times a day when we were in our, real Facebook webinars and ads and adding 50 students sometimes every 4 weeks. But clearly, we're now reaching a different type of client who basically, says, you guys do it for us. And again, people can listen to that past episode. But today we're celebrating these 30 plus people. And I'm going to try to read all their names. And then what we did is we actually invited them to speak for 1 minute each. And they're going to talk about themselves, their book. And I just can't wait to hear this. So you ready for me to read some of these books?
Absolutely. And congratulations again. I mean, the work that these authors have put into these books is truly, like we said in the beginning, inspirational and amazing. So let's hear who they are.
Yeah. And it is 30. I think it's 30 exactly. Maybe we're adding one or two here, but please interrupt me if I say their name wrong, because I know we've had all different touches with these people. So number 1, Grace Kuto, Be the Gift, Be the Light, Stories of My Mother's Legacy. I feel like I'm back in the Author Elite Awards where we would, and really all these people are award winning. I mean, they're fantastic.
Wish we had some like confetti to drop each time.
I think if we like do 2 hands or something, we'll get, we'll get the fireworks on Zoom or something. Who knows? All right. Number 2, Rachel M. Marshall, 7 Generations Legacy, Design a Multi-Generational Legacy of More Than Money. Awesome. Number 3, Estelle Gibson, Poor by Choice, Overcome the Lies and Create a New Financial Truth. And Estelle did get a TEDx that moved all the way to the TED level. And I just saw her recently release her book, and she's getting a lot of great traction. Number 4, Dane A. Please help me say his last name.
Deutsch.
Deutsch.
Dane.
Let me say it again. Dane A. Deutsch. Coachability and the tricycle effect. Coaching character as the foundation of leadership. What a cool guy. Again, I know some of these people personally. It's awesome to see them finally publishing some of them, and some of them went pretty fast. All right, number 5, Don Hand. Who told you that? Validating the voices and qualifying your choices. Number 6, Lisa Graham. Ooh, I want to get this one. The Art of Beeswax, a guide to candle crafting. Aren't these titles amazing?
They're awesome.
I mean, some are legacies, some are coaching, some are how-tos. This is so good. Number 7, Austin Durant. Fearless Fermenting. How to boldly craft fermented foods which nourish your body, heal your gut, and feed your soul. That's great. All right, number 8, Eliza Clark. Familiar Strangers. 4 women, 4 journeys, 1 city. Nice. Number 9, Marie Eve Dawood. I love this one. Jesus shrank my dating pool, holding out for a godly man when it feels like you've missed the boat. Big congrats to her. Met her in Canada, and fantastic book. Karen M. Corona. Heart healing for radiant living. Be the best version of you 1 week at a time. Number 11. I know she's been working on this for a long time. This is my friend Carolyn Jean Davis. Squeezed to Please. 6 steps to quit people pleasing and find freedom in Christ. Tony, I wish I would have had that 20 years ago.
Definitely.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Number 12, Rachel Moore. Love to Live, the 40-day holistic wellness journey. Number 13, Mary Pat Lambert. The Creator's Way, finding your way, framing your stories, and freeing a spirit of healing. Number 14, Kevin McBroom. Hey God, do you validate? Discover your purpose, develop your plan, double your talents. Saw his release online, man. That was a big thing. He had a big launch team.
He's done amazing.
Number 15, Roxanne Dejarnot.
Desjardins.
I'm going to say again. Roxanne Desjardins. When God calls you names. Number 16, Hazel L. Woods. Sing Your Song, a healing journey from trauma to self-love. Number 17, Diane Barry. When the Canary Sings, Secrets to Bringing Resilience, Sustainable Life Skills, Confidence, and Peace Home, even amidst life storms. Number 18, Tyrone Jackson. Prepare to Speak, a preamble to the voiceless in finding your voice. In 19, Joyce Peter. No Child is an Island, a practical guidebook to supporting your child's learning, embracing your power, unlocking their purpose, and discovering the rewards. Number 20, Sean Bailey. Rough Draft, 3 universal questions to reflect upon. Big shout out to Sean, my kid's basketball coach at one time. Really good launch there too as well. Number 21, Billy Wisniewski. Let me say again. Is that right? Wisniewski?
Wisniewski.
All right, let me say it again. Number 21, Billy Wisniewski. Necessary leadership, embracing humility, upholding integrity, and embodying accountability. An examination of the leadership of Rutherford B. Hayes. Man, I got to say something about Billy. I was at one of my favorite restaurants, North Star, with John Gigante, and this guy stands up and he says, "Hey, I'm one of your authors, Billy." This was about a year ago, something like that. And this guy like wrote a whole book on Rutherford B. Hayes, which is a famous guy up here in Delaware, Ohio. And it's just cool to see, like, from restaurant to now his book is done, and I am so proud of him as well as these others. It's great. All right, number 22, Robert O'Grady, From Acorn to Oak Tree, Understanding the Christian Journey. Number 23, Laurel Burns, A Purely Wrong Story. That's a good title right there. Number 24, Carol Strouth, I Said Yes to Jesus. Now what? Almost done here. We got a few more. Number 25, Jamie Boyachek, Taking Control of Your Health. Number 26, Gracie Ray Faith, God, Guns, and a Girl, Triggering Transformation. Tony, you must have come up with some of these titles. These are good.
Man, we had some fun with some of these titles. That's a great book right there too.
Oh, man. Number 27, Laura Broom, Flourishing After Adversity, a 3-step action plan to transform pain into purpose and embrace joy again. Number 28, Jimmy Jean, the Purpose-Driven Influencer. Number 29, John Toth, Close the Distance. Really proud of John, one of our very first authors. He's hung in here, and it looks like he's finally finishing the book. Congrats, John. And our final one for today, number 30, Jennifer Holst Smith, Warrior Fit. Being fit isn't just physical. That's great. So Tony and Sarah, now we get to hear from these authors in their own words. Some of them will be holding their books. Some of them are at the very tail end, and they are, going to be on Amazon and all over the world. 40,000 channels here in just a few, weeks. But you all ready to watch their fantastic videos?
I can't wait. Just based on those titles, I think I'm going to need a new bookshelf for sure. So let's hear from them.
All right.
Perry, I've got to actually see some of these, and they're very creative. So you guys are going to enjoy this. This is powerful.
All right. Let's cue the videos and hear from the authors in their own words.
My name is Grace Couto. I'm the author of Be the Gift, Be the Light, the stories of my mother's legacy. The purpose of this book is to help any human being turn the pain of any loss into the power of giving for community good. It is also your glimpse into East African culture through my own upbringing. It is my 4th book. This book supports education scholarships through the Harambee Center, nonprofit organization for marginalized students in rural Kenya and Uganda. It took a village to raise me as an orphan, so I give back through my writing. Please join me, and let's be the gift and the light in the lives of young women and men in East Africa who have so much potential to help change their communities and the world into a better place. This book is dedicated to them, you, my global community, and my family.
I love my grandma's stories.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rachel Marshall, and my mom's the author of 7 Generations Legacy. Design a multi-generational legacy of more than money. It was about 5 years ago, and this little one was born, and I had a near-death experience following her birth. And that really was a wake-up call to my husband and I as we were confronted with the reality that a financial plan and an estate plan just simply is not enough to make sure that your children and your grandchildren and great-grandchildren after you will prosper and flourish and really do the most with what you leave behind. We wanted to leave more than an inheritance, but a legacy. And so if you're a wealth creator that wants to leave a legacy of meaning and values and character and truly ensure your children flourish, and you want to come into the estate planning conversation and not feel overwhelmed, this book is for you. Get 7 Generations Legacy. Design a multi-generational legacy of more than money.
Hi, I'm Estelle Gibson, CPA, TED speaker, holistic financial coach, and the author of Poor by Choice, Overcome the Lies and Create a New Financial Truth. I wrote this book as a continuation of my 2019 TED Talk on financial dependency. And it's for anyone that wants to know the truth about financial dependency and its impact on you and those around you, to learn a holistic approach to managing your money so that you have a process and plan that works for you, and the steps you can take to break free and achieve your goals and dreams. Managing your money is more than just a necessary skill for financial success. It's also a source of power. Learn more at poorbychoice.com so you can create your new financial truth.
Hi friends, my name is Coach Dane Deutsch, and this is Trikey. Hey, we want to introduce you to our new book, Coachability and the Tricycle Effect, where coaching character as the foundation of leadership is the key to a fulfilling life. And here's our book right here with Trikey on the cover. This book will teach you the art of coachability. You will learn the 3 keys to coachability, discover the power of leading with character first, and grow as a leader from success to significance. I wrote this book out of real life experiences, and as your coach, I'm going to teach you how to be coachable by coaching character as the foundation of leadership. What do you think, Trikey? He thinks it sounds fun and exciting. Come visit us at lmdc.us. Until we meet you in our new book, Trikey and I wish you the very best. Trike on.
Too many playing the game of blame, lying and shame, refusing to tame the flame of the lame. What is its name? Well, my name is Don Hand, author of Who Told You That? Validating the voices and qualifying your choices. So much more than a question, this book provides personal insights and hands-on tools to stimulate and exterminate the covert operation of status quo thought, which has been responsible for immeasurable self-sabotage mentally, emotionally, relationally, and spiritually. I've also included at the end self-reflection questions, which will help reveal if something is going to change, someone must change. You can join the quest for a newfound freedom today by picking up your personal copy at www.whotoldyouThat.net, iTunes, and other online book platforms. Friend, listen, whatever you do, keep asking the question.
Hi, my name is Lisa Graham, author of The Art of Beeswax, A Guide to Candle Crafting. This book isn't just about candle making, it's an invitation to embark on a journey into the beautiful world of beeswax candles. Inside, you'll find step-by-step guides and insider tips to help you master the art of beeswax candle crafting. As a new beeswax candle maker over a decade ago, I know firsthand how challenging it can be to find reliable resources. That's why I decided to consolidate my knowledge and experience into this book. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced crafter, the art of beeswax has something for you. If you're ready to light up your life with the warmth and beauty of beeswax candles, grab your copy of The Art of Beeswax today. For more information, visit artofbeeswax.com. Happy candle crafting!
Hi friends, I'm Austin Durant, and I'm excited to be publishing my first book with Author Academy Elite. It's called Fearless Fermenting: How to Boldly Craft Fermented Foods which Nourish Your Body, Heal Your Gut, and Feed Your Soul. Now this is a book I've been writing for about 4 years, and it's all about how to make and enjoy fermented foods. Now, if you haven't heard, fermented foods are rich in probiotics as well as lots of other nutrients. And so on my own 13-year journey, I've documented 75 recipes, as well as all the people that I've met along the way, and I put it into a book for you to enjoy. And the title comes from the fact that over about the 12 years that I've been teaching different fermented food workshops, people had a hesitation around these foods which are really naturally grown. So I allay your fears and teach you how to make awesome fermented foods. Thanks very much.
Hello, Eliza Clark here. I'm here today to introduce the up-and-coming release of my debut novel, Familiar Strangers, for women, for journeys, one city. My novel is about 4 single ladies from 4 walks of life navigating modern dating to hopefully find love and romance. These ladies don't know each other, they're not friends, yet they're connected somehow through this search to find someone that they can call their own. My novel will be out this spring 2024. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, so go and search for me and join my mailing list on my website. Details are on the right somewhere. Stay safe, have a good day, and see you on my socials.
Hi, I'm Mariev Dawood, and I'm the author of Jesus Shrank My Dating Pool, Holding Out for a Godly Man When It Feels Like You've Missed the Boat. This book is for single Christian women who have waited longer than expected to find a partner with similar values. And my goal with this book was to give these women a voice and allow them to feel seen and heard, and to give them hope too. You can head on over to JesusShrankMyDatingPool.com to find out more.
I'm Karen Corona, and my book is titled Heart Healing for Radiant Living: Be the Best Version of You 1 Week at a Time. At the heart of my book is 52 weekly creative art prompts for healing emotional wounds. I use what is called the Heart Framework, that includes expressive arts and wellness practices and tools to guide you to step into radiant living. And radiant living is all about becoming the best version of you and flourishing in life. In reading my book, you will reconnect with your creative self, release self-limiting beliefs, and experience emotional freedom. My book will be available in the spring, and you can purchase it anywhere books are sold or on my website at KarenCorona.com.
Have you ever been stuck in life? You know, stuck in your past, stuck in your pain, stuck pushing love away, just stuck. Then this book is for you. It's all about how to break free from the paralysis of people pleasing and find freedom in Christ and become all that God created you to be. Hi, I'm Carolyn Davis, the author of Squeeze to Please, the book I've been speaking about. In it includes my proven and unique 6-step framework for doing just that, breaking free. I call it Cerudo. It stands for Shift Your Focus, Remove Your Obstacles, Uncover Your Idols, Transform Your Heart, Align Your Priorities, and Live Your Faith. It is what God used to transform me, a former people pleaser. It'll transform you too. My book will be released in April. I hope you get it. You can pick it up from Amazon and other participating stores. For more information, visit my website at carolynjeandavis.com. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rachel Moore. I'm the author of Love to Live, the 40-day holistic wellness journey. This book invites readers to explore how our past experiences and our perceptions impact our present and our future. It reveals why we produce and repeat unwanted results that manifest in dis-ease in our bodies. Through faith in science, Love to Live supports breeders to break through old patterns, to realign with God's divine design, and to reignite a fire to passionately pursue their God-given dreams. This book will be available this spring 2024 wherever books are sold, and I pray you get a copy so that you can love to live because you can. God bless.
Hi, I'm Mary Pat Lambert, author of The Creator's Way, Finding Your Way, Framing Your Stories, and Freeing a Spirit of Healing. Through the Creator in you, you will find your way to the most intimate relationship of your life. You will frame your stories based on their original intent, which is to heal. Trauma, chronic pain, PTSD are only examples of the healing through the creative process. Creative growth will free a spirit of healing when we no more need for shame, and forgiveness can even become redundant. Embrace your imperfections. Honor all of your life experiences. They can motivate the most healing casual conversation to the most healing of public policies. I look forward to meeting you. You can join me on my website at www.marypatlambert.com. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kevin McBroom. I'd like to introduce you to my book, Hey God, Do You Validate? This book is for anyone looking for renewed passion and to live a more meaningful life. Like most faith-based books, there's plenty of stories and concepts, but in addition, in my book, there's a practical applications workbook, which will help you do what the byline says here: discover your purpose, develop your plan, and double your talents. Now, the strength of the workbook is that you get to discover your foundational talents, your true talents. I'm not just talking about creative, physical, and mental talents. I'm talking about those hidden talents, the ones that bring you value, that bring you self-worth, and ultimately that validation from God himself. If you'd like to learn more about my book, please visit my website. It's www.kevinmcbroom.com/Hey God.
Hi, I'm Roxanne Desjardins, and here's my book, When God Calls You Names. One of the things I learned being a staff pastor and a counselor for several decades is that we all experience battles. And in this book, I share some pretty significant battles. There was an emotional breakdown followed by a job resignation. My daughter was battling meth and heroin addiction, and I was diagnosed with beyond stage 4 cancer, but that was followed by miraculous healing. And what I want you to find in this book, it's my hope that you'll find the God of hope who fights with you and for you in your battles and loves you into your God-given identity. I'd love for you to find out more at my website, RoxanneDesjardins.com. Thank you.
If trauma were visible, we'd see Himalayas of heaviness weighing on our shoulders. I believe we all deal with childhood trauma, and if we don't become aware of it, we can carry it with us for the rest of our lives. I'm Hazel Woods. I'm a Belgian author, and I wrote Sing Your Song, A Healing Journey from Trauma to Self-Love. I describe how I began my own search for answers and healing at age 13. Throughout the years, a strategy gradually became clear to me, and it led me to the ultimate healing answer: self-love. In this book, I share what I've come to call the Sing Your Song strategy, which provides tools to reach that subconscious and get to the root of trauma and install loving beliefs instead of harmful ones. This enables us to connect to our true voice and sing our own unique song.
On 9/11/2001, a hole was blown in the American psyche. I'm Diane Barry. I watched the coverage as the horrific scenes unfolded over and over again. We all face 9/11s in our lives, but they are more personal. Betrayals, unexpected termination, and the list goes on and on. Do these things undo you, or are you equipped? My grandfather, as a miner, knew the value of a canary's melody in a mine. When the canary stops singing, you may only have seconds to respond, Make Them Count, While the Canary Sings, Secrets to Bring Resilience, Sustainable Life Skills, Confidence, and Peace Home Even Amidst Life's Storms was written to guide you in discovering what secrets you already hold and which ones you can practice. Use it as a springboard to find courage in dealing with your personal 9/11s. While the Canary Sings, available through your favorite book retailer.
My name is Tyrone Jackson, and I am the author of the book Prepared to Speak. Have you ever wondered how different your life might be if you were a highly sought-after public speaker? Or more minimally, to push through the nervousness of speaking publicly? Or might you be someone like me, who would shy away from public speaking to believing that now is the time to make your mark as a public speaker? The only thing that stands between you and that yet to be discovered ability is some coaching. Everything we know as compared to something else. In Prepared to Speak, I share some common practices that may be used as guidance to boost your ability to speak more confidently. Prepared to Speak becomes available in early spring of 2024.
Hi, my name is Joyce Peter. I'm the author of No Child is an Island. The subtitle is A Practical Guidebook to Supporting Your Child's Learning, Embracing Your Power, Unlocking Their Purpose, and Discovering the Rewards. Every parent dreams of giving their child the best, starting with a solid foundation in education. But how do they navigate the delicate balance between work and family life to ensure that they are present in their child's learning journeys? No Child is an Island is a tool that provides a beacon of guidance and a much-needed manual for parental support in learning. Help is here. Hope you will pick up a copy on Amazon when the book is released in March. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sean Bailey. I'm the author of Rough Draft, 3 Universal Questions to Reflect Upon. The reason why I wrote the book is because I believe many of us live a rough draft existence. I know I did for quite some time, because we really can't answer 3 basic questions. Who are we? What do we believe? And what's our purpose in life? I do believe when we can answer those questions, after some really reflection and some personal growth, we start to move down a path becoming the better version of ourselves. I believe when we become a better version of ourselves, we become an asset in everyone's life that we come in contact with, not a liability. I think it's vitally important that even if you don't know the answer to those questions, ask yourself today, start the journey today. Who am I? What do I believe and why do I believe it? And what's my purpose in life? I think when we start to move down that path, like I said, we become the best version of ourselves, and we become a great asset to those that we come in contact with each day. Thanks.
Hey, this is Billy Wisniewski, author of Necessary Leadership, Embracing Humility, Upholding Integrity, and Embodying Accountability. It's an examination of the leadership of Rutherford B. Hayes, who was the 19th President of the United States. This is a combination of a leadership book tied with a presidential history book. So if you're a history nerd like me, and you also want to learn some necessary leadership qualities, this book is for you. It's out on Amazon or anywhere you buy your books now.
Can you imagine that each of those videos represented a voice that is going to change the world? And I am so proud of each one of these authors, the way they presented it and expressed their passion. We are rooting for you, and we know that your voice is going to make a difference in someone's life.
Oh man, I cannot wait for people to write them emails. And some of these people are going to be on stages. Of course, we teach 18 streams of income. So some of them will teach, turn them into courses and masterminds and all kinds of things. So, Sarah, I know that it's a lot of work to do a book, and how do you think these authors should feel today?
I mean, I'm so proud of them. I know that they are proud of themselves and their families are proud. And the people, like Tony said, that they're going to help with these books. You are truly making a difference. And so, we know so many people start this process and never get to the finish line. So,
That is true.
Author Academy Elite, this is a very elite group that have launched their books and gotten them published. So congratulations again.
Yeah, no, you are 100% right. I think there was a article in the New York Times that said about 82% of people dream of writing a book. But you're right, like 99% of those people never do. And so this is the new class. It's an identity. I mean, you literally say, I am an author. And we do that, Tony, you know that. That's one of our first modules. We get them to start considering themselves to be an author because it changes their identity. So we've been around now. This is our 10-year celebration, and we are always going to have a place for our Author Academy Elite authors. In fact, if they want to do another book, we have our special ISBNs that are dedicated just for that imprint. And for people who might be watching this and saying, I have a book inside me. Yeah, our new business model is basically that they go to ignitingSouls.com/apply. And when they go to that website, they'll basically be able to enter in some important information. In fact, I'm just going to share that really quick. Are you our next author? And Tony, this gets to your point. Like, we're not going anywhere. In fact, Sarah and I are ready to hop on a plane, go to California. And then we just got back from Florida. And then we have Tennessee, and then North Carolina, and then London. I mean, Toronto, Chicago. These are all in the next few months. We're not going anywhere. In fact, we're stepping it up as a transformational publisher who helps people publish, protect, promote their intellectual property, and turn it into 18 streams of income. But they can watch a video here, and that's exactly our value proposition statement there. And then here's a little video from me. Are you our next author? And then author assessment. And we are looking for a certain type of client. We can't help every author out there. If we can't help you, we'll tell you where else you might want to go. And yet we do know that we can help growth-minded entrepreneurial authors that are abundantly minded. So Tony, Sarah, great job. I feel like, Tony, I didn't even realize that 6 years as a coach. Wow. And you were in what number were you? 30 what?
The 32nd author.
That 30. Yeah, we launched in 2014 with 25. So you were right in there. A big shout out to our very first published author, Jill Bentham. Man, we didn't even have the whole modules done, and she took action and disentangling genius. So from that all the way to our last book that we talked about today, let me get the exact, Jennifer Holst Smith.
Wow.
Wow. 1,000 in there and millions of souls ignited. So Tony, Sarah, thank you for all that you're doing and our whole team. I'm just really proud of every single person.
Well, thank you, Carrie, for starting such an amazing program. So
it's awesome. All right, let's keep creating new ideas, friends, and share and tag this live stream with a friend who needs to hear it and be inspired. We'll